free trade agreements with both EU and the US?
As far as we know, they're likely to suffer, not surprisingly, because the whole point is strengthening the trade between the EU and the US. And what they're really trying to do, and they've said this avowedly, is they're trying to set the terms of trade for the next 10 or 20 years. And they don't really care about the rest of the world. They will just have to accept what is agreed between the US and the EU. So they're really regarded as just more victims. And so the other thing worth mentioning is that we've talked about TISA, Trade and Services Agreement, talked about TTIP. There's also TPP, which is the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement. And this forms a kind of unholy trinity of trade agreements. And basically it sews up the entire world. TTIP is for the Atlantic sphere, TPP is for the Pacific sphere and is really aimed at China, and then you wrap it all together with TISA. So basically it's an American-led project to set the terms of trade for the next 50 years.
So I'd agree with what was said then, and I'd also bring in the climate element. And I feel that I can actually give a better answer to your question now I've thought about it as well. Where do we go from here? These trade agreements are not compatible with our need to combat climate change. They perpetuate a system that is broken and has failed us repeatedly and has led to where we are now. So in terms of where to go off the back of this, I realise I work for Friends of the Earth and I'm going to say this, but I feel that climate change is the number one problem of probably the next of our lives. It's actually the biggest market failure of all time. So where do we direct our energy to keep this going? We beat TTIP, we beat TISA, we beat TPP, and we build a system that will allow us to survive and allow us to still be here in the next 50 years. And I realise that that's just big headings with no detail, but I think if you're looking for a way to go forward, I would say that's it.
Thank you very much. There's a question at the front.
3 minutes.
Basically, the last question.
I think somebody asked a question about, like, what can we do about it?